You know that one makeup thing that you think still works, but actually doesn't? Yeah, we're going there. In this video, I am talking 5 outdated makeup trends and 5 refreshes that'll have you looking elegant, polished, and like the beautiful lady that I know you are. This is your beauty refresh without the overwhelm. Okay, ladies, let's do this. Ladies, within our community, we are all different, but there are several common threads that we share that make this a community. One of which is when it comes to style and makeup. I love integrating some current trends that I like and I feel work for me, just enough to keep it modern and fresh without looking silly or going overboard. As with everything that we do on this channel, take what you love, leave behind what you don't. Let's start with the 5 outdated trends. Number 1, those heavy Instagram brows. Remember these? These were the highly defined, intensely drawn on brows that took off around 2015, 2016. They had a sharp arch and a meticulously sculpted shape that really looked completely artificial and contrived. Even when they were in style, I gotta tell you, I never did it because I thought it looked goofy. It read more costumey. I call it more of an editorial look, meaning it looks really cool in pictures or on the runway, but in real life, you just look silly. Instead, you wanna go for soft, natural brows that enhance your face and your features. Think textured, slightly imperfect, soft, following your natural shape and fullness. Now that doesn't mean that you don't keep your brows up. I get my brows groomed, arched every, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks just to keep them looking crisp and clean, but I let my esthetician follow the natural line of my brows. You wanna go for brushed up, slightly feathery, minimal filling, just enough to fill in the sparse areas of your brows. If you find that you need a brow gel in order to keep your brows in place, clear or tinted, whatever you choose. Number 2, over contouring. Remember this? Following our Instagram brows out the door is way too much contouring on your face in the form of that heavy, dramatic, sculpting shadowing. Like our Instagram brows, it's completely over theatrical. Great in a picture or a magazine, not in real life. I remember Kim Kardashian doing this. She looked amazing in pictures, but let's be honest, ladies, it just doesn't translate to everyday life, even if you're going out that night. Instead, go for light, very subtle sculpting that blends seamlessly and effortlessly into the skin with cream products or light bronzers. I use the Sicily Paris bronzer along my forehead, under my cheekbones, and very lightly on either side of my nose. This gives a very, very slight hint of contour without being an actual contour. It also lifts and bronzes the face to look like a lit from within sun-kissed look. I've used this product for probably the past 5 or 6 years. It is expensive, ladies, but I have tried tons of bronzers and this one by far is the best. It has light reflective qualities in it versus some of the bronzers that look like they can sit on your face and look orangey. It's just my personal preference. Number 3, overdrawn matte lips. This trend was popularized by Kylie Jenner with lips that were highly overdrawn and then filled in with a dry matte lipstick. And while it looks cool in pictures, it can really be aging and overemphasize texture in a bad way. It's one of those lip things that you might put on in the morning and think, oh, this looks good, but a couple hours into it, your lips are like dry and cakey and just look gross. I did try this trend one time, but I wiped it off my face before I left the house. It was bad. Instead, now it's all about defined, hydrated lips with a more natural line and a hint of shine. Especially now that we're turning to warmer weather, think light, glossy, fresh, natural. I like to line my lips just along the outside of the lip while following the lip line because I need help in the volume department with my lips. Then I lightly feather it with my finger to get rid of any harsh lines, and I swipe over a sheer pretty gloss. This one is Dior Addict, one of my personal favorites. Ladies, you'll note that the common theme throughout these beauty trends is clean, more natural, emphasizing glowy skin, more natural looking brows and lips than in past years. Number 4, baking with excess powder. If you have no idea what this is, don't worry, you probably never did it. Baking involved applying a loose, thick layer of translucent powder to areas that you want to highlight, like under the eyes, chin, and the T-zone. You'd let it sit or bake for 10 to 15 minutes and then brush off the excess. As you can imagine, caking on powder like that is not really attractive, especially in the light of day. So why did they do it? Well, a lot of people or women felt that it gave you that kind of glowy, cool, supermodel look. Instead, it is all about letting your skin shine. We want to be super, super careful with powders. I personally use very, very little powder because I feel that it can be a little aging and I want my skin to look glowy, not cakey and matte. And I just find that it's really difficult to keep that glowy, dewy look and still use a powder. I will use a tiny bit and brush it very lightly over my brows and my eyeshadow just to soften and blend. I'll also use a little bit around my nose if I feel the need, but that is really it. Other than that, I use a sheer dewy foundation. I use Chanel Vita Lumiere. This one that I'm using is a sheer to a medium coverage. It gives me just enough so that I look polished, but it's not heavy, it's not cakey, and it really almost looks like I'm not wearing a lot of foundation if you see me in real life. Number 5 out, the Shimmery Heavy Highlighting. Intense, overdone highlighters that sit on top of the skin, usually on cheekbones, bridge, and tip of the nose, tend to overly highlight the skin texture and it looks way too forced. Instead, opt for subtle creams or liquid luminizers that melt into the skin for that lit within glow. There are a ton of them on the market, ladies. My 2 favorites that I personally use, number 1, I use the NARS Multi-Stick in Pink Pearl. I love this stick. It's totally perfect for day and evening. It's like a cross between a liquid and a powder, and it literally does melt into your skin and blends effortlessly. When you see my glowy skin on camera, it's usually this. I swipe it on the tops of cheekbones and bridge, tip of the nose. It does not look weird during the day, even in the sun. It is one of the best I've found. Yes, I'm wearing it right now. Second, I use the Chanel Healthy Glow in the color Sun-Kissed. I use this on my body all of the time for evening, on my shoulders, shoulder blades, over my shins, my kneecaps, a little bit on the bicep, obviously if I'm wearing a strapless dress, anywhere that the light would naturally hit. It's a healthy, luminous look that doesn't sit on the skin like cheaper brands. I am wearing it right now. It's on my shoulders, a little bit on my biceps, and it makes your skin look healthy and luminous. There are a ton of body illuminators on the market, and a lot of them are much less expensive than the Chanel. I would happily use them if they worked half as well. By virtue of what I do, I've tried a lot of them, and I go back to the Chanel because it's just that much better. There's nothing like it. All right, 5 things what to embrace now. Number 1, skin-like light coverage foundations. It's all about showcasing your skin versus wearing a mask, revolutionizing. Think lightweight, breathable bases that allow your natural skin tone to shine through. Things like tinted moisturizers, BB creams are lightweight products that give you the coverage you need without the masky feel. I also use Kula BB cream with SPF 30. It's a sheer tint, lightly luminous, goes on smooth as silk. I use it if I'm going to the gym or on days when I really don't feel like wearing a lot of makeup, but I still want to look polished and luminous. Number two, yes, fluffy, natural brows. Brows are now more personalized, more customized, not as forced. They're brushed up, lightly filled in where needed, and allowed to follow their natural shape. Truthfully, I have never personally deviated too far from my natural brow shape. I like a polished look without looking too forced. I just think it's prettier. I also do have my brows waxed and arched every 2 to 3 weeks just to keep them looking neat, clean, and polished. You'll notice that with a lot of my makeup products, I do use a number of Chanel. Listen, ladies, I don't use it just because it's Chanel. I am somebody that I'm going to use what works best. I don't care what it costs. If it's $2, I'm in. If it's $30 and it works great, I'm in. You can also use a tinted brow gel, like Glossier Boy Brow, to enhance the brow, or a clear gel if you need brow taming. Sometimes I'll use a little bit of brow gel when we're going out just to keep it looking perfect. Number 3, a cream blush on the high points of the face. This is my favorite look for its glowy, dewy effect. A cream blush adds color and hydration all in one fell swoop. And lightly patting it on the apples of your cheeks to up to your temples subtly lifts the face without harsh lines, which is exactly what we're going for. I use Chantecaille in the color Happy. It's light, creamy, and gives that gorgeous flush of color. I apply to the apples of my cheeks, then lightly pat upwards toward my temples. It's not obvious at all that I've done that, which is exactly the point. It just lifts my face subtly, gives a nice blush and a little luminosity. Number 4, a glossy lip with a soft liner. In a nutshell, healthy, hydrated lips are a lot more youthful and flattering. They just are. That's why glosses in one form or another have always been so popular. Like even when matte was popular, I think a lot of us still went for the glossy. Balms, glosses, and satin lip color with just a little lip liner for definition is what it's all about. I need a liner to balance out my lips, but if you are blessed with beautiful full lips that doesn't need it, lucky you, skip the liner. One of the most popular cult-like nude favorites is Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk isn't just one particular color. Pillow Talk is a line of the nude color family, and there's one to match everybody's skin color, or most everybody's skin color, I would say. Number 5, soft eye definition, not heavy liners. Think smudge liners and neutral toned shadows to define the eye subtly without looking too heavy or overdone. We're going for soft, smoky versus dramatic heavy lines, which obviously are going to look way too harsh. A brown shadow blended softly along the lash line with a touch of mascara. I line the top of my lid with a brown pencil as close to my lash line as possible. Then I'll take a shadow brush, swipe it through a brown shadow, and lightly smudge it over the liner in upward feather-like strokes for a soft, defined look. Liquid liners, I never use liquid liners. They're way too harsh, and I'm not 20. In short, ladies, it's all about elevating your natural beauty. And for more look your best fun, you're not gonna wanna miss my next video, how to elevate any boring outfit in your closet instantly. Have a great week, ladies. I'll see you in a couple days, and take care.